Alex Answer here. It is November 5th in the year 2017. So the car is running. I'm going to be checking on it probably every few hours. I had mentioned that previously before I owned it, there was an alarm system on it. So every time that the negative has been taken off the battery, it flips something. And I don't know if that was triggering something, but there's definitely some clicking going on that's not related to the starter. So now that it's running, I need to change the oil. See, this is where I get a little frustrated. I want people to understand where I'm coming from. Now, it is true, right? 90% of my viewers on the internet are male. You should also know that 100% of the trolls and haters and cyberstalkers are also male. It cuts both ways. There's no cyberstalking coming from any females. And the reason I brought this up is because I'm known, and I guess popular isn't the word, but I mean, I even got a shout out from like MGTOW King, Sandman, King of MGTOW, right? Because I shared some really important things, and I feel like this experience is healing for me. This is probably the biggest gift, this podcast, that I can give to a lot of MGTOW individuals. We can think that reality is a certain way. Men are our bros. Women are bitches. My two best friends are women at this time. One of them lives many states away. And, I don't even have a male best friend. I know there's some of you that are decent, but like we're not best bros. We don't really like vibe at that level. And that's cool. I put out videos, but we're not best bros. But we do share some things in common. But as far as like people that have been there for me that are basically on the inside of the world of Alex Ansary, people like my friend down in Texas, we're talking about platonic friends in a day and age where I don't really recall having a lot of platonic friends. Everything was about dating. When I was in Portland, everything was about really superficial things. And I can't tell you how healing it has been to have someone drive up with their daughter, to not treat me like I'm some sort of a threat to them or their family. And she gave me a jump. I don't ask her to be there for me every single day. But this is someone that's also been living in this area for 25 years and has felt very isolated. And we've been talking more like, how can we have more fun in this town, engage people? I don't know about a meetup, right? But literally on the verge of it, literally on the verge of like a meetup. But I have tried to find other like minds in my community. They are not here. I don't think it's fair also for people to develop these weird fixations with me on YouTube, but never be an actual friend, but to be an obsessed listener. That feels icky. That feels, ooh. That's gross. That's freaky. I think I mentioned to you guys that somebody listening to this channel tried to destroy my only real friendship, and they succeeded. I made a video saying sometimes, right, the closest people that are in your life sometimes get you down by putting down what you're about. And me and this friend have had some deep talks. But what happened was someone was listening to this channel who knew him. It's like, Alex Answer. And there's other people. I can feel them in spirit that they watch the channel for stuff that they can say and email. I know some of you that are listening, that are at that frequency. Do that. Who can I email? Who can I disrupt in Alex's world? That's really sad. Now, what I've learned is the more pain you put out there, the more it will be exploited. I would love to share with the other 90% of the more sane audience, and I may have said things in the past that may have sounded hurtful, right? But it seems that right now, more than any other time, even though my numbers are very, very low, which is depressing, but the vibes that I get from some of you that comment, I don't know why things feel different. Do things feel different for you? I'm not sure, but it seems like a lot of you are okay folks. And I just want you guys to know a lot of really strange people have been attracted to this channel over the years that have done the 180, that have gone from I want to be your friend to I want to be your stalker. And I'm not embarrassed to say it's made me very sad and worried that like there's this infection within, like, so I start thinking and overthinking. Think about it from my perspective, including haters. Being off the grid for literally months by yourself with nothing but negative news on the internet, that's not good. So I try to do the right thing and give you something spiritual to believe in. I try to bring us together. I try to get us outside the illusions of separation. I even call out those that promote racism against white people. I just wish people would get out of the illusions of separation. Why does that make me the enemy of some people? I'm not invading anyone. I'm not raping anyone. I'm not hurting anyone. So if you have issues with someone doing that, take it up with them. When someone wants to mix me in with it just because I was born different, that's fucked up. That's an attack. That's stalking. So I just want the audience to know, I don't think that some of you know that are new. I've been burned by most of the people that have actually tried to get close to me, and I'm scared. And a lot of you, when you email me, it seems like you want me to instantaneously, like, I don't know, what is it, let you sit on my lap? And I say that metaphorically. You got to work for friendship. I don't feel comfortable with a lot of people today that are involved in the race identity politics, because what they perceive to be their enemy would be me. Someone that represents a less Anglo world. That hurts to see so many of you that have got on board the white genocide narrative. But I say that loosely. I don't think that really stands for my regular audience. But all the time, the mainstream conspiracy people are adding me. Why? Because Alex Ansary has been around the block for 12 years. So think about it. Look at my channel. No. I don't mean look at what I put out this week. Look at what I put out 6 friggin' years ago. Look at what I put out 9 years ago. Look at what I put out a few. That stuff is still attracting people. And some of the people into some of the conspiratorial content are insane. At the same time, if somebody sees me as a conspiracy theorist and sees some of this content as invaluable, like how they're baiting the races to be at war with each other, how certain groups are demonized, how there are false flags where innocent people and groups are blamed, yeah, then go ahead, call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't feel safe around the members of this society that don't realize that people are being set up. Whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're Middle Eastern, people need it, whether you're Hispanic, people need to get outside the box of blaming other racial groups. So understand that many of you have found your way to my channel. And it is true that when it comes to feedback from the audience, and when it comes to interactions with my Facebook, it is 90% male. But it's also 100% male with the haters and cyber stalkers and future stalkers and threats. Keep this in mind also. MGTOW friends in spirit, but not male friends that are actually here in the physical. You gotta understand, it takes a toll on a guy. When a guy is isolated for long periods in time and everybody's on the internet and nobody's going off grid and everybody's living in the largest cities on the earth, you got to understand it takes a toll. And then there are people that watch my emotional sharing and they decide on, oh, now's the time to attack Alex. His tooth hurts. Now's the time to engage in stalking. He has food poisoning. The types of things that have happened this year are unforgivable. And yet I've actually held back from playing all the cards that I have on some of these individuals. Just asking God to heal the situation. And maybe some of these people don't even believe in that. And maybe they do. But it's like, I am not here to fight people. This channel also isn't here to sit here and expose other people. I may have done a few videos where I've criticized Till Swan, Rompthot. Did I publish? No, I got scared of that. Why? Here I am actually exposing people that are doing wrong in this world. And then some people act like I'm the bad guy. Whoa. Out of all the billions of people on the world to focus on, you pick Alex Ansary. And so when I look at my community here, which is the other version of all the people to not trust, you don't trust Alex Ansary? Really? Like I said, there may be some land use issues. How can I help this community if they fear those that are outsiders or don't agree with their politics? Listen, they're going to have to turn to Daddy Trump, the guy that they support, basically, in this case, for help on this one. It's not going to be Alex Ansary. I'll tell you what, Trump wasn't there for the people of Costilla County. You know, the white off-gridders. This human being by the name of Alex Ansary, I came to their aid. And yet, you know what a lot of these off-gridders do? A lot of these men do? They just want to pick my mind for information. They just want to use me. They don't even know what friendship is. They just know that, hey, there's Facebook. Hey, let me add this person. Hey, buddy, can I just get some free information? Can I hang out with you? Seriously, if people, right? Why do people act like they're attracted to be around me in the physical, yet they act like they don't like my content? That doesn't make sense. So some of the people that wanted to be physical, and don't necessarily mean sexual, but I don't exactly know what all is in their mind. And I do get concerned about, and I do feel like I offended some people when I was almost halfway joking that it's homoerotic to abnormally obsess on internet individuals. And I think I hit a nerve, and I wasn't trying to. I was trying to wake them out of their obsession with what is Alex Ansary having for breakfast? What is Alex Ansary having for lunch? What is Alex Ansary having for dinner? I mean, there are other people out there to be interested in. So I want this type of what is Alex Ansary into type of a thing to actually, for the first time maybe in a while, be a positive thing instead of a scary thing. I feel vulnerable. I don't live in a regular apartment with regular locks. You know, a lot of you guys do with guns. What do I do? Well, I'm living out near some trees. In one of the most white nationalist counties, I had no idea, but a lot of this is erupting after Trump. I've never seen more people with a Confederate flag than here. I don't talk about this often because there's a few people here that now listen to my channel that spread what I'm talking about to other people, and they will manipulate and they will play their games when I am in pain. Not a lot of them, but I don't want it to turn into like a gang stalking thing for reals. I would really like some off-grid allies from some men that are not obsessive compulsive or think they're going to be alpha over me. I don't need to be alpha over you, right? But can't we just get along without the insults and the obsessions? Can't we just like build actual friendships and not sound like crazy conspiracy tards? But at the same time, I don't want someone to label me because of my content and put me down. You know, one person tried to reach out earlier, but it's like, hey, I mean, if you view this stuff already and you're placing a judgment, don't think that hanging out with me is going to be any different. Let's just avoid that from ever happening, ever. It's not about having a cult. It's about being respected for your ideas, not feeling like your friend thinks you're a friggin' idiot. That's why I draw boundaries with many of you, because many of you are only on a certain wavelength of the information I share. The other stuff, right? Now, it might be possible there is a really decent 100 of you. I look at my numbers and I'm only seeing 100 to 200 views. Do you know that was exactly what I was getting back in like 2011, 2012? Do you realize it's been 6 or 7 years now? And my subscribers have gone from 7,000 or 8,000, whatever it was then in 2011, to almost now 14,000, and the view counts are the same. That is screwed up. I don't know what's going on. And it's caused me some stress and worry about what this winter holds and if I'll be able to make enough to stay here full time. It sounds like most of you would like that. And there's a few of you that really don't want that to happen. I don't know. Check out the thumb downs on the video saying my car is working and meditate on that. My car is working now. Thumb down, thumb down, thumb down. Where is this coming from? And why me? So this is interesting. And I do know there are other off-gridders, but they're not normally media guys. It's the combination of having controversial views while living off the grid and not having to live in the cage. But I've worked 12 years to get to this point, and I'm still making a ridiculously low amount. But yet I find a way not to be victim. I find a way to live within my means and under 400 a month, or in some cases less. Some months are better. In fact, most months have been better. And I appreciate many of you that are out there, right? But as the MGTOW, I said this would be healing. I wrote on a piece of paper last month, good women still exist, or good women do exist. Within several hours, a woman added me on Facebook that has been giving me rides to town. I think that's where we should probably end it. Think about your thoughts. So I should also say there are good men there that are here too. There are good men that are here. There are good people in this county. You know, even if someone gets caught up by white nationalism, I may disagree with their politics, but they may be a good person deep down inside. We just got to get beyond this whole Muslim Sharia law invasion thing that we could sit down and have a conversation. somebody was actually helping me with the vehicle, and I told him, I was ethnically different. His main concern or question was what I thought about radical Islam. And my response to him was, what does that have to do with me? And I got kind of a feeling that he took that a certain way. Well, should I be asking every white person then, what do you think about the KKK? And putting them on no, they wouldn't want that. That would be considered racist. So what other people do, right? And what others have done to my haters, for example, in California or other places, has nothing to do with me. Attacks in the streets, threats, dirty looks, that has nothing to do with me. And it feels very parasitic for people to take their upbringing and their problems in school and urban environments and to throw it at a guy that left urban environments where those things are so common, bullying. As a young guy who was bullied constantly throughout school, it's sick to see adults act like kids. I've gone through a lifetime of bullying. I don't know where people get off thinking I'm their target. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to continue doing podcasts here, and I'm not going to let them silence me.